Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, Moving Off the Desk and Most. JerCrispy? Welcome back, man. Oh, shoot, man. I heard the new regular show coming back. I got it on the TV right now. If y'all don't see, if y'all don't see, yeah, I got it on the TV right now. Y'all probably ain't gonna see it, but I got it on the TV. But regular show is back, man. We got my boy right here on ESV. Gonna explain us to tell us about regular show. I heard from different people, but I wanted to hear from his opinion for y'all. And I'm excited for regular show coming back, man. It's like a childhood memory. And I heard Adventure Time actually getting a movie. Wow. And Gumball, Amazing World Gumballs, having some more episodes. So go ahead and get this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and reach your hunt.
Than normal, but we just got massive regular show news. So if you haven't been keeping up, over the last couple years, Cartoon Network has been bringing back a lot of their shows that have recently ended. Adventure Time, which ended in 2018, would go on to have a spinoff with Adventure Time Distant Lands in 2020. And then it would go on to have another spinoff with Adventure Time Fiona and Cake, which got approved for a season 2 not that long ago. Then we have The Amazing World of Gumball, which in 2016 was announced to end after its 6th season. But fast forward to 2023 and it's being announced that The Amazing World of Gumball is not only getting its own movie, but is also being renewed for a season 7. And then there's Steven Universe, which while there hasn't been any confirmed projects, the creator Rebecca Sugar set the online cartoon community on fire a couple months ago after releasing new official artworks of all of her characters older. On top of that, she's been very vocal over the years saying that if fans can make enough noise for Steven Universe, then she would love to bring this series back, which made many people speculate that this artwork was her teasing a new project. And if you were to ask what shows were at the top of Cartoon Network during the 2010s, many people would say these 3 shows plus regular show. And with all these shows coming back in some way, shape, or form, whether it be revivals or spin-offs, I've always had the opinion that regular show would come back, especially since J.G. Quintel, the creator of regular show, has never actually shut down the chance of a revival.
Animation is booming, and if people still remember the regular show after we finish this, who knows, maybe I could do more.
So I'm scrolling on the internet this morning looking for topics to make TikToks on when I see that one of my friends sends me an image on Instagram, and I open it up only to see a tweet saying that a new regular show series is in the works. Now of course, naturally I think this is fake, until I Google search it and see that a bunch of other news outlets have confirmed that a regular show series has not only been announced but is currently in production. And bro, this is huge because not only is regular show one of the greatest cartoons of all time, but it's also one of the most successful Cartoon Network shows in history. I mean, regular show is only the 3rd Cartoon Network show in history to get a movie put in theaters, only followed by Ed, Edd and Eddy and the Powerpuff Girls, 2 massive franchises. And what makes this announcement even better is that it's confirmed that this new series will be made by J.G. Quintel, the original creator of regular show. So we don't have to worry about new people coming in and messing with the world of regular show, the park members, or the random style of the series, because the only person touching it is the person who actually created it and worked on it for 8 seasons. And personally, I just want to say thank you to everyone who kept this fandom alive. Thank you to everyone who never forgot about this GOAT of a series, and everyone who kept making noise saying that they would love to see regular show come back. Because I'm not gonna lie, a new regular show series announcement in 2024 was not on my bucket list. But regardless of if it was on my bucket list or not, it feels so good knowing that we're getting more regular show content going forward, especially since other projects that had that regular show essence like Close Enough had really unfortunate and unfair endings. Now, after seeing this announcement that we're getting a new regular show series, the first place my mind went to was regular show 25 years later. Now, some of you may not know, but in 2018, a regular show comic book titled Regular Show 25 Years Later was released after the end of the series. It was a 6-part comic book story that was kind of like an epilogue of the original series, and it took place immediately after the final seconds of the last episode. It basically revolved around Mordecai and Rigby, who at this point in the series were well into their 40s, going on one last adventure. It's a great read and you should definitely go check it out if you like regular show. But this is really where I thought if regular show was to ever come back, this story would be what they would adapt or what they would take inspiration from. But in the official announcement, it was actually said that the new regular show series will be focused on a whole new cast of characters alongside appearances from the original cast. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really that opposed to. The regular show universe is so big and has so many interesting characters that could have gotten their own spin-offs or at least a couple more episodes for.
So basically, is it like the kids is gonna be doing bad things together? Don't you? Because I think they might pull that card. You might pull that card. Have they all the kids go to school type stuff, and they be acting up at school, and then just like different episodes with their school and their parents and all that. like like different sides of how about who family, how it was like Mordecai family, Rigby family, Muscle Man. I think like that's the only three who had families because Skips didn't have none. I know Skips didn't finna have one. Benson he got like what I guess cats weird, but what if? And I'm thinking it's gonna happen. And I'm gonna say this before, and they might. What if they bring Margaret back and CJ back? And if what if what if Margaret? I mean not Margaret. Mordecai catch feelings again for Margaret, and then he got to tell his girl, the one who have kids, how his feeling was. I think it's low key. That could be a bomb episode for all the fellas that's singles and all that, and Darren Coin. It'll relate to a lot of niggas and people in general. But I don't know.
Focusing on their lore. So I think having a show in the regular show world while also focusing on new faces opens up the series to a lot more possibilities and adventures. Because let's be real, although we all love Mordecai and Rigby, we've seen our boys go on adventures for 8 seasons now. And I can't really see how they would top anything they've done before. Part of the charm of regular show was that it was like a coming of age story in a way. In the beginning of the series, we were introduced to Mordecai and Rigby as two slackers who didn't know what they wanted to do in their life fresh out of high school, but throughout the series we got to see them grow and become more responsible and capable people up until the final episode. So it wouldn't really make sense for them to keep getting into all the crazy adventures that they used to, when part of the reason why there were so many adventures was because they were immature and had to face their mistakes. I think a new cast of characters could do really well as the main focus while also having Mordecai and Rigby as more mentor figures, which is actually something we kinda see in regular show 25 years later. And of course the rest of the park crew like Benson, Skips, Muscleman, and Fives would always be good supporting characters going forward to the new leads. I don't know, I just think with JG Quintel being a part of this project, I can't really see it not being good or not feeling like regular show. Hell, even Close Enough, which really was its own show and wasn't too similar to regular show, still felt like you were watching regular show in a way, even though they really went in a whole different direction with that show. So with them actually trying to make a new regular show series, I honestly think it will be done well. And I know when a lot of shows get brought back, it only seems good at first because of nostalgia. You see the show get brought back and you think it's going to be as good as when you watched it when you were a kid, but then you watch the reboot and you realize, man, it just doesn't hit the same. But honestly, I don't think that's going to be the case with this. Because even though regular show aired on Cartoon Network and was marketed towards kids, regular show always felt like it was meant for a more mature audience. And it was clear while watching the show, especially in the earlier seasons, that JG Quintel and the writers were really pushing the boundaries of what they could actually get away with putting in regular show while staying kid friendly. And I'm someone who frequently goes back and watches regular show episodes to make my YouTube videos, and the show has only gotten better the older I've gotten. And I have a feeling when this new series comes out, they'll bump up the age rating for it so that they can really lean into what they wanted to do with the original series. Now, I put out a video on TikTok and Instagram basically reporting that we're getting a new regular show series, and while most people were overwhelmingly happy, I seen a couple comments of people saying that all reboots are trash and that they're just going to ruin regular show. Now, number one, this is not a reboot. They are not rebooting the series. This is a new series following a new cast of characters with old characters making an appearance. It's more like a continuation of the series following a different set of characters. Number two, people need to stop this whole narrative that anytime something comes back, it's trash. It's just not true. Because yes, while it's true we've gotten reboots and revivals that would go on to become pretty trash, there's usually reasons and circumstances around why it turns out that way, with one of the biggest ones being that the original creator isn't involved. But that isn't the case for this new regular show series. We know that JG Quintel will be involved every step of the process. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a lot of faith in the boy Quintel. And this whole idea that this new regular show series is going to be trash is so crazy because over the last couple years we've seen that if you put the time, the care, care and the effort into a project, you can make an
Yeah.
amazing spin-off or revival of a show. One of the best and most recent examples of this is Adventure Time Fiona and Cake. This spin-off was originally supposed to be a one-off put on HBO Max just as a little treat for Adventure Time fans, but it would actually go on to become one of the best shows released in all of 2023, and it would get so much positive attention that it was later announced that it would be renewed for a season 2. Which I called it before it even happened because I knew there was no way they were going to pass on continuing the show after how much praise it received. And a part of that praise was because it felt exactly like Adventure Time. Even though the main focus of the show wasn't on Finn and Jake, and this time around Fiona and Cake were in the spotlight, nothing about it didn't feel like Adventure Time. It still had the same animation, the same type of comedy, all of the side characters in the world felt the same. It didn't feel like you were watching some watered down version of the original series. You could tell while they made the show, even though it was a spin-off, they wanted it to feel as close as possible to Adventure Time, and they achieved it. And still to this day, I haven't heard a single person say that Adventure Time Fiona and Cake was a bad show. Then on the other side of the coin, we have the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off anime. This released around the same time last year and it was amazing. It was a spin-off of the original comics, and even though it followed a new story, it was an amazing show. From animation to fight scenes to overall plot, and it gave characters a lot more development. And many Scott Pilgrim fans loved it. And on top of that, the creator of the original story was there to help work on it. So I think the people that are hating on the idea of a regular show spinoff need to sit down and relax. It's very much possible to not only make a good spinoff, but to make a great one. And not only that, this spinoff is not going to in some type of way hurt the legacy of Regular Show. Because I've seen certain people say that Regular Show had a great ending and this is going to ruin the series. Regular Show will always be regarded as one of the greatest cartoons of all time. I understand that is very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. I mean, it's very obvious that many of us grew up on it. It was our childhood, and in a current landscape where many of us see all these trashy reboots being released year after year, many people don't want to see Regular Show go down the same route. But in this situation, I don't see that being the case. I don't think Regular Show is going to go on to become some kid show that's absolutely terrible that Cartoon Network milks for money like Teen Titans Go or the Ben 10 reboot. Rather, I think this is just adding to the Regular Show franchise and giving more content to the diehard Regular Show fans. And like I keep saying, Quintel's working on the project, and most people that created something amazing don't like to see it be turned to trash, so my hopes are very high. But I'm actually very excited for this Regular Show spinoff. I remember putting out a video a couple months ago on TikTok basically saying that I could really see Regular Show coming back in the next 2 to 3 years. And what do you know, not even 3 months later we get this news. Hopefully they keep us updated on how production's going, and also hopefully we get some information as to the plot of the spinoff and what the actual title's going to be. Because as of right now, the only thing that we know is that it's in production, but we don't even know who the main characters are. But like I said, I have faith and I believe it's going to be amazing. But let me know, are y'all excited for this new Regular Show spinoff? Did you ever think Regular Show was going to come back? Or do you not even want them to touch Regular Show and want them to just put it back on the shelf? Let me know in the comments below, and also make sure.
But they better not freaking put that back on the show. Man, you tripping like them hoes, man. You tripping, man. I would love to have me another regular show. But these two guys right here, man, these two guys, bro. I relate to them so much now. Like, so much now since, been working and all that. I relate so much to them now. It's not even a struggle. I relate to them so much. So much. It's like a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. It's great.